quite a statement their defense made.
You're tuned in to NFL Weekly Review.
Oops, wrong one. Mono good evening, and how are you, faithful? Captain Niner coming to you with the Niner Faithful Radio Week 0 in review. Obviously, it's 0 because we don't have a game coming up, but this time next week, we will be going over. This time next week, I think I'll be coming to you from somewhere in downtown Seattle. I haven't decided quite where we're going because I've got some people in town, and they decided to get an Airbnb, and so that's where we will be hanging out come next week. TJ is not here tonight. Also want prayers and thoughts go out to TJ. He did lose his grandma this week, but he's actually at work tonight. But just want to get that out there, TJ. Thoughts and prayers, condolences to the family. Love you, brother. We'll see whenever you're ready to get back on. But as for tonight, we got a last-second replacement in here. Y'all know who this is. It's our boy, 49er Media. What's up, Angelo? How you doing, brother?
What up? Yeah, man. I don't know. I just wasn't doing much, and then I hit up Jason, and he's like, "Oh, TJ just texted me that I can't go tonight." So
yeah. So for those that don't know, TJ texted me. He was like, "Hey, man, I'm stuck at work, and I think I'm gonna have to close." I'm like, "All right, I'll go. I'll do a solo." And then just like 2 minutes later, Angelo fucking texted me. I'm like, "All right, that works out."
Yep. I'm gonna also send my prayers real quick to TJ. I'm so sorry for your loss, man. Prayers out to you and your family. So
yeah. So how you been, man? It's been a minute.
Yeah, I've been good. Started my master's this week, so.
Yeah. As you can see, the background is completely changed back here. We didn't move. I still have not had the time to put up everything, but I'm kind of waiting for when I go on my vacation, when I get laid off for like 3 months for work, and then I'm just going to put up everything there. So it's pretty plain for everything
it's
right now.
so funny because I totally forgot that you moved because I'm so used to this background.
I didn't move, though.
Oh, okay.
No, last second, they pulled the plug on that.
Yeah.
And then so we talked to the landlord here, and I was like, can we stay here, please? We have nowhere else to go because the guy we were going to rent was just like, oh, you know what? We think we're just going to live here now, or I'm going to sell the house instead of renting. I was like, oh, thanks, asshole. So, like I said, we got lucky. We're here at least for 2 more years, and then we might rent to own this. Who knows what's going on? But anyways, I guess we can go ahead and get into everything. Pull up the other screen. Come on. Why are we not working here? Can't click on anything. Hold on. What the hell? That is fucking weird. Let's try this then. Let's do this one. Share screen. That's fucking weird. I don't know why I didn't take that. But anyways, we are here. So obviously this week, one of the major points we're talking to, and it's good to have a fellow person who does not like these on the show because I have been getting destroyed online because to me, this looks like what a 5-year-old could make in the Madden creative team. But we will get to all that here in a little bit. First things first, let's go over some of the injury reports. As far as from today, looks like Nick Martin did not practice with a lower body injury. And then also with Nick Wagner, thank you for showing up for getting us this. Not practicing were Pooney, Jennings, Russell Gage, Jordan Watkins, Kalia Davis, and Yatir Gross Matos, but they were all working up on the sideline. So it's good to see that at least some of these guys are getting some work over on the sideline and being able to get some of that going.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how the practice report looks next week, right, when they're starting to prepare for Seattle, because the Niners do feel like, Dominic Pooney and Ben Barch will be back. I know Ben Barch is not obviously listed here, but he just got back too pretty recently, so at least nice to see those. And I don't really trust Ben Barch though, because he gets hurt a lot, but I mean, we do have Connor Colby, who looked good in the preseason, and then as well as Drew Moss making this team. So yeah.
Yeah, then like I was, what I put up, like I want to see another 1992. Yeah, 1992, where Jesse Sapolo decided to switch over from guard to center, and then so I want to see another Samoan and Dominic Pooney move over to center, let the two rookies come in behind him, and we're set at interior.
Get rid of Brendel then.
Oh God! Could you imagine if we could just get rid of Brendel right now? If that was the choice, or if even like long term, I've been kind of disappointed with Hennessy from what I've seen him play. But then again, Drake Nugent hasn't looked great either. So I mean, nobody has really looked good at center so far.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I don't know. It's like this team's been just trying to rotate. I mean, they haven't really tried to, though, ever since they had gotten Alex Mack, right? It's like after that, they've been just going over through UDFAs and stuff. And
yeah, it's like, who's cheap and can be here for a few years? Yeah,
and
it's
then
like,
they had Nick Zakel, right, who's now on the practice squad. So,
but he didn't work out either. I mean, it's just like nobody seems to be able to hit any sort of consistency or anything while playing that position. And it, obviously, as the only other position in the game where you touch the ball every play, we need somebody better in the middle of that line.
Yep.
So, all right. So then we'll go to some of the transactions. Obviously, the big transaction this week is the signing of Marquez Valdez, whatever.
Scantling.
That's like, is it Scantling Valdez or Valdez Scantling? I never remember.
Valdez Scantling. Marcus MVS.
MVS. Okay, so your thoughts on MVS?
I mean, we're injured right at the wide receiver position. I mean, we only have one actually healthy starting guy in Ricky Pierce, excuse me. And so
funny how that works out compared to last year.
I don't mind MVS. I mean, we just need bodies at this point. I'm guessing we're probably going to talk about this, but they are going to be meeting with Kendrick Bourne on Monday. I'm okay with it, but my biggest thing is how is he health-wise, because that's been the issue where like he tore his ACL, I believe, and just hasn't been. Same, or it might have just been like a toe injury, and I can't entirely remember. But the point is, like, he's not been the same. So I'm just hoping the Niners do the proper due diligence if they're gonna sign him. I know obviously Adam Peters was also interested in him, but I don't mind the move of MVS. I mean, again, we just need bodies right now, so
it's kind of the way I see it.
And he can give us a little bit of intel, on the Seahawks.
Seattle. Probably that, hey, Sam Darnold sucks. And then we also, one of the more interesting that we signed is quarterback Adrian Martinez. So we have Adrian Martinez, who was like the MVP of the UFL. And then I forget who he was that we had earlier in camp, but he led the UFL in sacks or pressures.
I think I know.
Who was it?
Was it like Allen?
Yeah, Alan Anai, I believe is something. It was a Hawaiian guy. I know that. So it's like we are digging deep into the UFL for these guys who at least produced. Obviously they're playing in a lower tier competition, but at least they're doing something. I like the idea with him bringing him up because if you're going to go with someone like Mac Jones as like your practice quarterback or something like that, not very mobile. The quarterbacks that we are playing the first couple of weeks of the season are decently mobile. Obviously we've got
Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Darnold's a lot more mobile than I don't like Darnold, but he can move better than what people think he can. Um, then we've got Rattler coming from the Saints. They named him the starter. And then week 3, we've got Kyler Murray.
Sure, Kyler Murray.
Yep. So, I mean, all 3'2" of him. So, I mean, we needed someone to run that scout team who's got a little bit of wheels on them, because nobody that we had, obviously, Chris, the Maple Missile can't do anything. He's probably just won't be back until maybe
week 6 at
earliest. It's probably going to be a little bit later than that. I think it's going to be.
Yeah, he might even just be redshirted this year. So
yeah. I don't expect much out of Curtis Rourke, the Maple Missile.
Yeah,
I don't expect much out of him, if anything, this year at all.
Yeah.
Then obviously we re-signed Evan Anderson after cutting him to make room for Jordan Jefferson. The little bit of Jordan Jefferson that I saw, he's got a little attitude with him. I kind of like the feistiness that he brings. Throwing helmets when he was at his not the pro day, but the Senior Bowl, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I like some of that fieriness that he brings.
The grit and fire. Yeah, I like the Evan Anderson signing. I'm actually surprised that for the first time, no team claimed a single player of ours.
How did that happen?
Of the waiver wire. I know Seattle obviously signed the linebacker. Chaz Surratt. But I mean, I'm just happy we didn't lose anyone like Sebastian Valdez. At least was on the practice squad. Evan Anderson, that's great to see. In terms of the defensive tackle we picked up, I get why we signed him, because he's going to be able to help stop the run. And obviously Alfred Collins is still trying to get going. But to me, when I watched this film, he just felt so like stiff, and he does not have much pass rush moves whatsoever. He's definitely more of your run stopping.
I've heard him described as a more complete Evan Anderson. Like, he's what Evan Anderson would be probably like at the end of this season as he continues to develop.
Yeah. Which,
that's fine. Let's see, who else do we get back? We got Robbie Chosen back, another one of the wide receivers we'll talk about here in a little bit. Then we also signed running back Sincere McCormick.
Actually like that one.
I forget who said it, but I like it. They said he was a very seasoned running back, and I thought that was fucking hilarious. For those of you who get the joke, anybody? Come on. Anyway, it's fine. I'll be the only one that laughs at that joke. So, again, we have definitely played a ton of roster gymnastics this week on this team, moving things around. And like you had said when we were talking earlier, before we started the show, we're not done yet either. Expect, minimum 2 or 3 more moves before this time next week.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into something to where obviously me and Anshul might get banned from 49ers Twitter with this one. I'm just going to say this straight off the back. I absolutely hate these things with a passion. I have nothing nice or good to say about these things at all. They're 100% crap.
Yeah, when I look at these, I will say I do like the helmets, but aside from that, my issue here is why the heck does it say faithful? We aren't the ones going out and playing, right? It's like these are the players. Like, I don't really get why it's a tribute to the fans, because I felt like if you look at these other teams too, it was like supposed to be based on like the city and history of the team, and I'm just like, the Niners are red and gold, not black, red, and gold. And I'm not gonna lie, I did not like when we had those black and red jerseys back in the day, anyways, in like 2017. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of these. Would have preferred maybe like another white or red one.
Gold.
Do this.
I wanted a disgustingly gaudy gold.
Or even like a gold one. I mean, I get the players apparently chose this one, but I think it's based on because like the fans have wanted these kind of black jerseys. I just never. Yeah,
I don't understand the
obsession. It does not fit. It does not fit the Niners mold and the history of the team. So
the only part that fits the team is the font. I do like the font, the saloon font. That's literally it. I hate that they look, instead of getting embroidered, we got these iron-on looking things for the numbers. Those look like crap. I feel like if I wipe my hand hard enough on them, they're gonna like rip and stuff like that. I don't like. It's like they're bound and determined to make black one of our primary colors almost, and they're like, everybody, because a lot of people, including myself, said that the uniforms from before, the black ones, would have looked so much better with some gold on them.
Yeah.
So they put some gold. They put just the minimum
Yeah.
on there with that shadow drop on there. And they're like, here you go. Oh, we're going to write faithful here. And then the helmet has some stripes on it and stuff like that. It's just like, what is this? Who is this for?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
And to me, the gold, I don't like the gold face mask. I don't know about you, but that just something about that.
Yeah.
They're crap. This is what a 5-year-old makes on Madden when they're creating their team.
Yeah, I feel like these are jerseys for kind of the newer generation. And I know I'm still young, you can say, but it's just like, man, I was disappointed, especially with all the hype going around them.
And I didn't realize you can't even buy these jerseys until the 10th. I'm like, you seriously?
Yeah.
So you hyped them all up like this and did all this hoopla around them and this and that. And then you're like, hey, everybody, you can't buy them yet.
Oh,
Why
and
not?
then you know what's the worst part? Guess when they get to wear them? Week 18.
18, yeah.
When what if it doesn't even matter? And what if we're playing freaking Mac Jones at quarterback?
Can we not talk about something along those
Like,
lines? But yeah, I mean, it could be absolutely worthless. Like,
Yeah.
would it be great if we're playing Seattle Week 18, number 1 seed, or at least a division or something like that is on the line? Yes, it'd be great. Speaking of Seattle, I actually like that. Have you seen the Seattle helmets?
Yeah, you know what's so funny about the Seattle uniform though? They look like the Oregon Ducks.
But the helmets are not bad.
Yeah, no.
Let's go ahead and take a look at what the other team's got on here.
Yeah.
So while I'm not a big fan of the Seattle Oregon Duck looking uniforms, the pants and the shirts, the actual helmet is almost like like an oil slick. So it changes color depending on how you're looking at it.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Like
light
the
hits it.
lighting
That's
and
pretty.
stuff.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
So instead we've got flat black on
Mhm.
ours. Arizona where it's almost like that dirt
Mhm.
tan, kind of almost creamish kind
Yeah,
of
like
color.
the desert type. Yeah.
Yeah, that look. I almost kind of thought that might have been something that we would have gone with for a color for ours. Because if you look, remember they sent that thing out months ago, and it was an off-white cream kind of color. I'm like, well, what if we're doing that? That wouldn't have been so bad. The Rams ones, they just made the middle darker, so not a whole lot there.
Yeah.
I love the Buffalo ones. Well, let me
Yep.
rephrase that. I like the Buffalo ones, especially if they're going to wear them.
In
And
the
I hope it's
snow, yeah.
snowing. If they're wearing in the snow, they're disappearing, and I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Because I think the helmets are white too with those ones.
Yep. Yeah, I mean the Jets one's interesting because in this graphic it shows it's green, but when you see the photos, it just looks like it's a dark gray. So
Yeah, agreed.
it's kind of weird. But yeah, I
I
just
like the New England Pat. The
Miami
Andy Young
always has nice uniforms too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping Miami because I had seen some things a while ago, which they're like, look, this is a leak of it, where they had a pink and blue, kind of like when the Heat had the Miami Vice uniforms.
Mhm.
I was like, that would be badass. Like, I would
Yeah.
legitimately, because obviously growing up, I was a huge Miami Vice fan. I'm like, you know what? Legitimately, if they did the Miami Vice thing, I think I might have bought a Dolphins jersey
Yeah.
just because of those. I think that would look.
I
damn
think so I don't know how much you follow baseball, but in baseball they have these City Connect jerseys, and like those ones, some of them don't even have really the color of the team, but
Yeah.
it's just the creativity they actually put behind those. For some of them are like amazing.
Yep.
Where like the San Francisco Giants have like this purple and like orange and black look to them, where purple's not even a color for the team. So it's like something like that. I think just overall with all these jerseys would have been cooler instead of
Yeah.
just kind of trying to use their main colors. So
Yeah, I'm not a big baseball fan, but I have been following the whole what's it called again? where they're doing the
No,
New
the
Jerseys.
City Connects. Yeah.
Yeah, the City Connects. I thought a lot of those looked really cool. I thought the Seattle ones up here looked pretty cool. Like I said, I know which ones you're talking about for the Giants, and I was like, the NFL. Every time the NFL does this thing to where, at 17 when they had Color Rush. To me, the only teams that really got the Color Rush thing right was the teams that went like bright ass colors, like Seattle with that bright ass ugly green. That was the whole point. The Rams with that bright ass yellow. The Bills with the red.
Yep.
Who else was it? The Jets had the green. I think it was the Packers that had the all whites. Like,
and then is it the Lions too that have those like black and blue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lions are missing on here.
Well, because they're only doing these. They didn't do every division yet.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so it's just like, if you're not going to do like a drastic change, and I don't feel like ours are that drastic. It's a redesign of 2017. Again, you just threw gold on it.
Yeah. You were like, oh, the fans like this cut in black and red, but we're gonna just upgrade it a little and make use our new font, and then like,
yeah. Would you say it's about 60-40 for people who like it versus don't like it?
I feel like so far I've seen more people like it, so maybe it's a little bit higher, but I think I've seen like us two and then maybe one more person so far.
I've seen a few people who said that they didn't like it until they saw it a lot in person, and then they liked it a lot more. But I was like, yeah, I'm never gonna like these. I don't understand the obsession with black. Why they're trying to force black into it. We don't need black. We don't need to be 2 steps away from being the Raiders. If I wanted to wear black all the time, kind of as a jersey, I'd go be a Raiders fan.
I saw someone say, "Oh, they used black so that they could try to get the Raiders fans like to switch over." I'm like,
What's up, Steve-O? How you doing, brother? Thank you for showing up. But the heat, yeah. But again, when we wear these in week 18, it's not going to be hot.
Yeah,
it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
Like if we wore them, like if we were wearing them in a week, in 2 weeks or a week. When I was at the state, because it looks like it's going to be about 80 degrees in Seattle to open the season. That would be hot as shit. Like, don't get me wrong, that would be just like, yo, man, this is. But week 18, nah, we'll be fine.
The only other thing I also don't like is that the NFL's doing. They're not wearing, like when we play the Seahawks, they're not also wearing their jerseys. So it's like I felt like they should.
Oh, they're not?
Yeah, they're not. If it's rivalry jerseys, don't you?
I didn't realize that.
Don't you think they should be wearing it at the same time?
Yeah, I didn't realize that they weren't going to be wearing their jerseys. I thought that was the whole point.
Yeah, but they're not. I forget what week they're going to wear theirs, but I know it's not week 18.
Well, that's even stupider. Now I hate the idea even more than before, knowing that that they won't be wearing. Okay, now I'm really mad because it's getting worse and worse for how stupid these new jerseys are.
Like I would have said, wore them in October, primetime versus the Rams.
Yeah.
And like have the Rams also wear theirs.
Yeah, wear theirs. Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, and there's only a few games where the two teams are playing, so make those primetime games. And
and it's like you're hyping up all these jerseys, like you said earlier. Fans have to wait till like September 10th to order these, and we're gonna have to wait till the season basically ends to see these. Like, NFL.
Yeah, I mean there'll be more of them in the stands probably here probably about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't like those ones either.
Yeah, I didn't like those either.
And if I remember correctly, the only reason why we got them was because everybody liked them, the look of it when Cap was wearing it. Because that was his one. We got Kenny in the house. What's up, Kenny? Ain't seen you in a moment. How you doing, brother? Thank you for showing up.
49ers Red Zone I see is also in there.
Yep, I see Red Zone in here. What's up, brother? How you doing? So, all right, enough of the jerseys. Let's get on to some of this other stuff. So, it's a quote from Tim Kamakami talking about what Juwan Jennings is wanting. From what I've heard in NFL circles, that Juwan is asking for high above $20 million per year and maybe above $20 million per year to put him in the top 20 or so of wide receivers. What I've heard from the 49ers side is they don't want anything to do with this. Everything I hear is he wants a lot, and the 49ers are offering very little. If I can generalize it like that, it's far apart. It's pretty clear. It's not close. I'm just going to say this. I love Jennings. If he is asking for $20 million, even I'm like I'm all for players getting all their money, whatever they want to do. Get your thing. 20 million, he is nowhere near 20 million. Should he be getting a raise for this one season? Yes.
Yeah.
After what he did for last year for the receiving core, basically carried it. I do believe he's due at least something for this 1 year. Obviously, that they're going to have him left on here, especially when there's nothing left in the closet. But we'll get to that very quickly. But your thoughts as far as Jauan Jennings and $20+ million a year?
Yeah, no, I would not pay him that much, even after the last season. Like I'm not paying him over $20 million per year. I get where he's coming from because he outplayed his, last year's deal. But I'm also like, Jennings, why'd you sign it then?
Yeah.
And also, like, couldn't they add more incentives maybe to
Mhm.
the deal or something? But yeah, I don't think they should be redoing this whole thing. My thing is, if he asks for this and the Niners budge, it's like, what are other players gonna do? Are they gonna start asking? You're like, oh, I outplayed my contract this year. I want an extension too. Like,
I mean, I don't mind him asking for a raise. And like I said, I don't
Yeah.
mind kicking him a few more million because he is, what's he making? Like $7 million, I believe, is right now.
yeah,
I wouldn't mind bumping him up to like 12, 13
12,
maybe.
yeah.
But 20 or 20 plus, we talk 25 million for him. I mean, look, man, you had one good year. I love the way he's improving every year, but he's not Justin Jefferson. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Yeah, and he's not going to be the number one receiver.
nope.
Like when we have Ayuk back, even without Ayuk, because you still have CMC, you still have Kittle. We have Pierce, obviously. So it's like,
Yeah.
I
So
get
even
where-
everybody healthy, he's not number
Yeah.
one.
yeah. So
And let's be honest, how many teams do you think he would legitimately be the one? Maybe 4 or 5? Maybe?
maybe like Tennessee.
Tennessee? Let's try to think.
Patriots.
Patriots, yeah, I think he'd be number one in the Patriots.
Mm,
Not San Diego. No, not the Raiders. Not Houston.
not
Texas.
Carolina.
Nope.
What the
Yeah, I can't think of anybody who were other
Yeah.
than that for who he did end up being the number one receiver for.
Yeah.
But then again, this is also with the whole thing where players tend to overvalue themselves. He is overvaluing himself right now. There is nothing wrong with him being, I would say he's probably a top 10 number 2 receiver and probably a top 5 number 3 easily.
Mhm. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with being that person. Not everybody, not everybody can be a general. Not everybody, somebody has to be the grunt, somebody has to be the sergeant, all that kind of stuff. There's nothing wrong. You've made your living doing all the dirty work. That dirty work's going to kind of go away if you make that number one money.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm going to California. What?
Mm.
I thought you were in California there, Kenny.
What?
Am I missing something here? But it's also Kenny. Kenny, I love you, man, but you say some weird things sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea where you go half the time with some of these things.
I know, same. But yeah.
Don't ever change.
Yep. But I'm agreeing with you. Like incentives, maybe up it till 13 million. But other than that,
15 if you're very generous, but I think that would be a little bit too generous. Can we say this? We need especially a wide receiver. The wide receiver market and the quarterback market, to be honest with you, they both need a reset in the NFL. They got to bring all this shit back down.
I mean, even the pass rush move is getting crazy,
Yeah.
especially after that Parsons deal. My God, dude, that I was so shocked about. By the way,
Jerry Jones, I hope you never change because as long as you're alive, the Cowboys are not going to do shit.
It's so funny because both Dallas teams this year, from the Mavs to Luka, and then the Cowboys to Parsons.
Damn, I never thought about that. The both teams from Dallas made some stupid. Damn, what is in the water in Dallas, ladies and gentlemen?
Kenny says it's a James Taylor song. You gotta be really old. He said.
Kenny, I'm pretty sure I'm older than you. I don't know this song. Kenny is not the weirdest, am I right? I don't know, man. Kenny's up there.
Sometimes I'm
Green Bay
also
just
like,
took our wild card spot. Yeah, I mean, that definitely shoots them up. I mean, they paid a pretty
it's good, Papa J.
yeah. Papa J, what is up, brother? How you were doing, my man? Now, for the next slide, before I go into it, you're going to have to be a little bit old to get this one. Because I'm just going to say this right now because, and I told Anshel this earlier. In the words of the great and beautiful Shania Twain, our wide receiver room don't impress me much. There's just, other than Pearsall, what are we doing? We've got so Russell Gage, number 2. That's who I would put as number 2.
Yeah.
Or would you put Sky Moore or MVS up there? Kind of a thing.
I think I could almost put MVS there because he's at least been in a system before with like the Packers where it's similar. Because otherwise I'd probably put Gage because at least he's been here. But I'm gonna say MVS.
Kenny, the Cowboys got a lot more for Herschel Walker than they got for their but yeah, you are correct on that. They did rebuild with that, but they got.
I mean, by the way, if the Cowboys had traded him early in the offseason, they probably do get more. So.
Oh yeah, this is a last second. Like, okay, fine. What are you going to give us? Yeah. All right. So obviously, we're going into week 1 as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky's the number 1. I don't think that's necessary. I don't think that's
not debatable.
Not debatable in any sort of way. And so, but I'm okay with Ricky being number 1. Are you?
Yeah.
Like, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like I said, for me personally, I've got Gage number 2. I think he's kind of earned it being in around the last, and going through the preseason with us.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. Is like I could see why people would say maybe 2, just because he's been in camp.
But number 3, I don't know. I'm leaning towards Robbie Chosen again. He's been there. He's been here with us, for 2 preseasons.
Yeah.
He's looked, okay. He did have a few drops in the last game. Sky Moore, I wasn't impressed with what I saw with him as a receiver.
Yeah.
And then MVS, I mean, he's so new. Mm-hmm. Obviously, he's played in the system because they've got Kubiak up here in Seattle. Yeah. But is he going to be up to speed and ready to go? Which, yeah, he probably would be for the most part. I'd probably say he'd be at the least 85 to 90%.
Yeah, because like I said, he also played for the Packers before.
Exactly.
Their offense is similar, so
it's just learning, fine tuning everything, a little bit different here and there kind of thing situation, to get ready to play for the Niners. So, like I said, I think for me, I would go Pearsall, Gage, Chosen.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm going Pearsa, MVS, Gage, Chosen.
All right. Can we? It's funny because if we get BA, so right now this is probably the absolute worst starting, wide receiving core in the NFL right now. We get BA and Jennings comes back, it goes to probably a top 10 one instantly.
Oh yeah.
Look at this right now. It's just like, what is this? We've had so many injuries and this and that, people holding out. It's
this is what frustrates me so much because I'm like, dude, this is the exact situation where Cowing could be taking advantage, but then he's also like hurt too, man.
Who is that guy? And I know I've seen your Twitter post. There'll be no Cowing
slander. Yeah,
slander. But dude, I hate to say it, dude. I'm over him. He just can't stay healthy.
Yeah, I know.
I hate saying that because when the little bit he's been able to shine, he looks good.
Yeah.
But there's that healthy part again. It's just like, come on.
I think part of it is too the size of him because he is a smaller receiver. I think kind of plays into it too, but
sure. I mean, and that could be, but still, man, come on.
I know.
And Kenny is correct here. Like I said, while we are specifically talking about the wide receiver.
Yeah, when we talk about the wide receivers, when we're saying the whole offensive weapons, yes, I agree.
And we're not in, like you said, there's CMC. We're not even talking about the Brian Robinson guy either.
Oh yes, yep.
You know what I mean? So I mean that's a bigger deal than I think people realize. I still think CMC is probably going to get 20 to 25 carries a game, but at least he's not getting 30 to 35 carries.
Yeah, give those other 10 carries to, Ryan Robinson.
And I don't want to see Brock sneak one ball this year. If it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, that better be Robinson in the backfield taking that handoff.
No, because that's the thing with us last year was the issue, and obviously with CMC back, knocking on wood, right? Like that should obviously improve it quite a bit. But the fact that Brian Robinson was so good in those like 3rd and 3 situations with the Commanders last year, and at the goal line should definitely help. Yes, we also have Demarcus Robinson. Obviously, once he's back too.
Yep. Jeez, I've completely spaced on him with everything else that's going on with the wide receiver core.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just.
I spaced on it too, and then I saw 49ers red zone comment.
Yeah, thank you, Red Zone. Like I said, it's just there's so much going on. When all these guys get healthy, our wide receiver room is amazing.
This is the time when we're like, oh my God, do we really have to have a suspended receiver?
Yeah, it's like, come on, dude. If Demarcus Robinson was out there week 1, you're probably looking at least the top 15 wide receiver room pushing.
Yeah. Then I'm like, okay, we have a wide receiver 3 that is like, not one of our normal guys, but then I'd be like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. That's not the then I think if you had like MVS with
Demarcus Robinson.
Demarcus Robinson was number 2, and then you could run MVS number 2. I'm much more happy with that setup than what it is right now. But yeah, so we've just got to make it to week 8 kind of thing. Everybody, because obviously we don't know quite when BA is coming back yet. But yeah,
what is week 9 or by?
It's late.
Or maybe later. I can't remember.
So let's end it on this one. What do you think about bringing back Kendrick Bourne to this offense, who, if you think about it, he's kind of like the pre-Juwan Jennings. He was everything Juwan Jennings was before Juwan Jennings took it and ran with it like crazy. He's Juwan Jennings light almost, if you will. And he will be in town on Monday, apparently, to talk with the Niners.
Yep. Okay, it's a week 14 bye. So I was saying this back in, before we went live. I want to make sure he's cleared in terms of like medically, and how do the Niners actually feel about him in terms of that. I mean, I get we do need another receiver, obviously, but that's other than that, like as long as that checks out, I'd be happy if the Niners bring him back, just because I know he's not looked the same. So,
but we're not expecting him to be the same, honestly, right?
Yeah.
He was hurt last season when he tore his ACL, but apparently it's supposed to be, back to being good again. So,
but again, if it checks out medically and they feel comfortable about it, I'm all for it.
I don't think he's a long term. Like if we sign him, he wouldn't. He probably doesn't last the entire season with us. In fact, I don't think any of these guys would. To be honest, when some of these other guys,
I mean, Gage probably go maybe is like some of these guys would go practice. I mean, Chosen would obviously go practice squad.
Yeah.
Well, he's already practice squad anyways. Too.
MVS probably gets cut. I'll take Bourne over MVS if he's healthy. To be honest with you, one thing you could say about Bourne is if you remember when Bourne was here, he had an infectious personality.
Oh yes.
Again, kind of like Juwan Jennings.
Yeah.
He sets a tone. He's not necessarily that he's nowhere near. He's not as physical as Juwan is. No, that's just that nobody. But he played a very similar style. Did the same thing where he did all those little things. Again, Jennings just takes it to another level. But the man has an infectious personality.
Yeah, the vibes he brings to the team.
Also, he's Samoan. What can I say about that? You know me, I love my Polynesian players.
Did not know that.
Yeah, he's half Samoan. He played over here in Eastern Washington and everything. So, but yeah, like I'm 100% for him to come back if everything is good to go, like you said, health-wise.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all I had for the show for tonight. And sure, anything you want to bring up to talk about before we get out of here?
Just liking how the squad's at least looking. I'm happy they actually stacked up on the trenches. because I remember that was something at least I remember
Defensive,
talking about on my
I
YouTube.
have high hopes for this D line. I understand that it's young,
Yeah,
but we're going to be able to throw waves at people, legitimate
yeah.
waves of fresh bodies at offensive lines over and over. We're going to hit you with the big guys. They're going to wear you down. And then we're going to throw in the NASCAR packages, and they're going to be
Yeah.
tired, and these guys are going to run around them.
This just tells me that Salah has really evolved, and like we're not just doing the 9 wide at times, right? We're gonna see different things. So
Yep.
that's what's great about it. But yeah,
What do you think about the safety situation? That's the other part. I'm a
ooh
little
yeah.
worried about the safeties.
I'm not. Yeah, it's like Pinnock kind of worries me just because he's starting. I do like that he'll be able to help blitz. Um,
I like him better as a backup, though.
Yeah, but like in terms of actual safety, is like yeah, I would be rotating him like I said for blitz packages or him being a backup. So I mean, I think once Mustafa comes back, I think Siegel's gonna take Jair's spot. So then I think it's gonna be Siegel and Mustafa. So
Who starts? Is it going to be Brown, or do you think they go with Siegel
when Mustafa's back or currently
to start off right now? Week 1, who starts?
Siegel.
You think so? I think so too. He's a much better tackler, and right now I want someone back there who can tackle. J.R. Brown is not he's a good cover guy, but he's not the greatest tackler. I want someone back there who could actually tackle.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing
Yeah.
with Shiloh. I will say this about Shiloh. If you told me that you had to pick one of the Sanders kids to play, I would take Shiloh over Sanders.
Yeah, I agree.
100%, I would take Shiloh.
I agree. I don't want any of the Sanders guys, but if
No.
you told me, like you said, yeah, I'd take Shiloh.
If you had to take one and work him into your starting lineup some way, somehow, kind of everything, I would take Shiloh in a heartbeat. I don't think he's great or anything like that. Terradome, what is up, my man? How's it going, brother? But yeah, like I said, I still don't think Shedeur is a great quarterback. I still thought he was at best a 3rd to 4th round draft pick. The amount of things
he went 5th round, so
yeah, and like I said, the amount of things I was called because of that. Obviously, you can use your imagination with how that looks. But yeah, I would take Shiloh in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I would definitely start. Who's your starting nickel? Are we going to Lucas or are we going to Stout?
Stout or who would it be? Oh, it'd be
Lucas?
Chase Lucas. Right now, I'd say Chase Lucas just because Stout's been out for a while, and then you can kind of slowly bring back Stout. But yeah,
by the end of the year, though, this defense is going to be pretty young because obviously, Siegel starting, we'll have Stout probably being the main guy towards the end of the season. I appreciate that, Jared. Don't thank you very much.
Appreciate you too.
Ford is a fantastic quarterback. Well, I could be a great quarterback too if I could just drop back and throw to Travis Hunter for Travis Hunter constantly. Exactly. I mean, any of us would be good in college for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could even see Chase Lucas because to me when they drafted Stout, like I think they're gonna use him like they did with K'Wan Williams, and like we already saw with Chase Lucas in the preseason where they were blitzing him. So I think we're gonna see that. So that's what I'm excited to actually see with Salah because I feel like Salah before he didn't blitz as much, but I think we might get a little bit more blitzing now. So
yeah, I think like you said, it's the evolution of him as a coach. Yeah. Before it was just wide 9, wide 9, wide 9, wide 9. Now we're gonna go wide 9, NASCAR, bigger package, wide 9.
See some stunts,
Yeah, stunts. I think we saw some of them in the preseason.
Maybe 5-man, whatever fronts.
I've been dreaming of a 5-man. That we have such a. If we do like a stacked 5-man,
dude, we have the bodies. I think guys for it. So.
No, I am wide awake on Shedeur. The only thing I'm sleeping on is his talent.
Yeah.
Lucas is a playmaker. Yeah. Plus, I like the fact that he basically said to everybody, "I'm playing next year. I'm not sitting on the practice squad again this year." And so he busted his ass. I was hanging out with Trent, working out with Trent, which is an absolute feat. If you've got this little cornerback guy try to keep up with Trent, lifting and everything. That's just insane because Trent is a beast. Jair is not a good tackler. No,
Yeah.
Jair is a good coverage guy, but he is not a good tackler.
I mean, I know Jair Brown's like if you look at preseason, he's struggled a little bit in coverage, but I think that's just because the angles he's been
He's also still
trying
coming
to
back from
take.
injury a little
Yeah,
bit.
exactly. So too. So
But he was never the best tackler. Again,
Yeah.
he's a Steve Wilkes guy. Steve Wilkes in that defense, they don't hit. They're not that physical. They're just kind of there to,
I mean, you already
Like-
see Siegel too, the physicality he was playing.
yeah. He squares up and he hits people. I love that. And again, if they're going to be securing the backside of this defense, I don't trust Jair Brown right now. I do, and like I said, obviously he's a rookie, but from what I've seen, he wraps up and he makes solid tackles.
Yeah.
I will take that every day for some coverage issues.
Man, it's gonna be insane when we have Nick Martin, Malik Mustafa, and Marcus Siegel because they all want to hit guys.
Yeah.
And then Tatum
They're all-
Bethune if he's something like maybe on special teams too, right? Like that's what I'm excited to see how special teams looks because I know they're not gonna they weren't doing anything special and
Jake Moody's the punter. The punter.
When we didn't have Thomas Morstead, I thought we weren't punting this season.
Yeah, I'd actually be for it. Like, all right, let's just go for it. We don't give a damn. We're on our own 22. It's 4th and 10. Go for it. Fuck it. I'm good. Pterodome, I thought Jair was a train bait. Yeah. All he needs is more reps. I don't think he fits this defense. If we're still speaking of Jair, he fits a Steve Wilkes coverage defense. He doesn't fit a defense where you want people to get up in your face and hit people. That's not his.
Yeah.
That wasn't the way he played in college, and that's not how he's played in the NFL. He is a coverage guy.
Yeah.
I'm not. It'd be best for him to go to a system that plays to his benefits.
He can go back to the Jets.
Let's trade him for the Jets. Hence, Steve Wilkes is there. I know everybody said that, but it makes so much sense because Steve Wilkes was jumping up and down on the table to get this kid.
I mean, we're already the San Francisco Jets. We've got Brand Boyer. We've got so many Jets already. So
Yeah, so that's all I've got for tonight, man. Anything else from you?
no.
So what you got going on this next week, right before the game?
Not really sure because like school had just started, so I don't know how busy I'm gonna be. But I'll at least try to probably do some posting
Carcast?
types of things, or at least try to put out a little bit of content. But we'll see.
I'm kind of glad because we're getting to the point now to where I'm almost done with my daily morning TikTok content. Y'all can find me at Captain Niner. Pretty much the top 100, or not top 100, but it's the top players who've ever wore every number in the history of the NFL, the 49ers. Not the NFL. Jesus Christ. Come on, Kenny. Bruh.
Bruh.
I know. I don't think I emphasize this enough. Bruh.
Wait. We need the slide back of all the wide receivers and be like,
Oh.
and the dog.
Hmm. As far as me, you guys will obviously I'll be still doing the countdown over on my TikTok. Tuesday, TJ will hopefully be back and we can go over the preview or review. I'm not sure how we're doing it this year. Damn.
Dude, this linebacking core is so deep.
So like I don't even think like everybody isn't necessarily great right now, but the depth that it has is so good.
I feel like we're linebacker you.
Damn near. Shout out to because we don't get enough love for how good our linebackers have been over the year compared to the capital we've put into it as far as in the draft.
Even though it's taken some guys some time, it's like still.
Yeah, there's still so it takes them 2 or 3 years. Okay. Nothing necessarily wrong with that. Everybody develops fast. But, when you're drafting guys 4th, 5th, 6th round all the time, and then in 2 and 3 years, they're starters, and then, they go to their second contract, and they're making big money because, now they're some of the best linebackers in the league. It says your linebacking coaching is pretty damn good. And then next Friday, obviously, for those who do not know, I will be up at the game For those, I will be sitting I'll be sitting first row end zone, right to the left of where the Niners run out at. So you'll probably see my fat ass on TV.
Oh.
I will try not to embarrass myself or anybody kind of thing. We'll see if anything crazy happens. And then for next week's show, we will obviously be doing it again on Friday night. And then we'll be doing it from somewhere in Seattle. I just don't know where yet. I've got some people coming to town who have never been to Seattle. So we're either going to be at Pike's Place, at the pier, somewhere, the Needles. Will be something like that. I kind of want to do it right in front of Lumen Field, but we'll see how that goes. And then it's fucking game day, dude. This time next week, man. Finally.
I can't believe it.
I feel like without going to the playoffs, this has been like it's felt so like long. An eternity times 2. I will try to be going live at the game. The last time I did it, I just couldn't get any audio. I don't know why, everything, but I'll at the very least maybe, stream a little bit from the game and stuff like that. But yeah, look for periodic going live from the game. I'll try to do the halftime show from the game, but we'll see how loud it is. I'm not sure who's going to be doing the halftime show or anything like that. But I'll probably be live before the game, after the game. We're going to be hanging out with Chapman on Saturday night at his little party. I'll be at the Invasion Saturday as well for the 49ers Invasion with that. So we're doing both of those. And then I'm doing the tailgating with the 408 when they're up here. So, yeah, I've got a ton of shit that we'll be going live from and random shit all the weekend.
Have fun, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a very drunken, good time. That's all I can say.
I bet.
All right, everybody. Thank you again for showing up. We will see
Thanks
you
for
guys
having
on
me as
Tuesday.
always.
Yes. I was going to say, you beat me to it. Thank you, Anshul, for literally showing up at the last second with the last second save on that one for me going live by myself tonight. The stars aligned on that one. All right, everybody. 5 for Ty, 10 lover. One love.